of obviously a tough result. Can you talk about your team's performance tonight and just how you're feeling looking back at this season?
Yeah, well, it's a tough ending. We knew it was going to be a big ask. We had, a lot to manage in this game, but I think the group believed because we've managed a lot in a lot of other games, and then we have to manage losing Maddox 11 minutes into the game, that made it tough. But in saying that, we played extremely bright in that first half. We scored a first goal, and the killer was their first goal. We can get into half, we're up 1-0. We know in the second half they have to come out because they would need a goal to go through, and then that plays into our hands. Instead, we get stunned against the run with a goal, and that makes it 1-1. In saying that, I still thought we'd find the goal in the second half, but credit to Houston, honestly. Congratulations to them on moving on. I thought they defended exceptionally well tonight, especially their back four. Machado and Senderos were men tonight. Obviously, they were going against a young kid, but listen, I can't fault my guys. They gave everything they had, and this is one that hurts for sure. And we fall short, and we felt we could move on, but we didn't. When the dust settles, I think we'll look back and realize that it was a good season. But it's also a season where you think to yourself, what if we were full strength? Because start of the year and end of the year we're full strength, we show what we're capable of. And even tonight, first half, we show what we're capable of. But it wasn't enough.
Coach, you score their first goal, and then within a minute, they generate a corner kick, they generate another deep set piece, and eventually score. Can you talk about your team's response to going up first?
I thought the response was good. Yeah, it's a tough one. Gave up a goal on a set piece. I don't think it has anything to do with the response at all. Is it a foul? I don't know. Talk to Spria, he can't get back in his spot. Are those factors? Yeah, I think they are. But at the end of the day, we gave up the goal. Remick hits a wonder strike, and it's a goal. So it's tough, obviously, and stuff like that happens. But I thought that was a big moment in the match for sure.
You had sort of a tidal wave of injuries, obviously, in the last couple of weeks, but that's not the first time this year that's been the case. Do you feel like just over the course of the season it's been difficult as a result of that, just to find a rhythm to sort of get on a real run where you had, the same guys, and everybody sort of in the same run of form at the same time?
Yeah, that's the story of the season. We had good and bad. The bad is that we weren't at full strength very often this year, and yet we still were able to get 15 wins, which is tied the club record, and win the West, playing a lot of different guys. Tonight we were as thin as ever. We're really deep in the bench. If you look in the depth chart in a lot of spots, 4 or 5 spots, we're in our 3rd, 4th guy. But that's the way the season was, and it became kind of the rallying cry a little bit, and you didn't see that affect our play in that first part of the game. That was a very good first half, and deserved to score the first goal. And like I said, we get stunned, with that set piece goal, and then we get stunned with another one in the second half. But I can't fault my guys, and I told them after the game, in the 5 years I've been here, this was one of my most enjoyable years. And it wasn't, just 15 wins and winning the West. Those are all real positives that we'll realize when the sting wears off. But it was just being around this group of guys. It's a great group of guys, and it's a shame that we're not able to move on, because I think we could have done something, especially if we had 15 days or so to get a few guys back and healthy and more full strength. We really thought we'd pull this off today.
Caleb, do you think this is maybe the toughest loss you've had in your career?
I don't know. They all hurt. you know. But I think anytime you end your season, it's one of those things where if you have a group that's bought in and believes, then it's always going to hurt even more, you know, when the season's done, because there's not a guy in that locker room that believed we'd be ending our season. You know, they really believed we'd be moving on, and it's a credit to them too. You know, believing that much, even though we had so many guys out, and that's why I enjoyed this group so much. Is 1 to 25, they were all good guys, and there was a great spirit in that locker room, and that's really what made us the team that we were this year. Is the team and the locker room and the guys' character. So I really enjoyed spending a lot of time in the trenches with these guys, and like I said, in a couple days we'll realize it was a good season. We made a lot of steps forward this year. We still need to make steps, but we had a good bounce back from last year.
It seemed like the game was called kind of loosely overall. Do you think that physicality affected your guys at all, especially given how banged up you were already?
I don't know. Again, I think, if we just get to half and we're up 1-0, I think the whole game's different in the second half. And I just think they're able to go into the break knowing that they're through. If they can just ride out that second half, and they're built to do that. They've done that this year, and so it played kind of right into their hands, and they're able to kind of, at halftime, their coaching staff's able to make a few adjustments defensively, make it about a second half where they're just going to absorb the whole half. And yeah, part of that is chopping the game, and but I didn't think they were dirty. And like I said, I really give them a lot of credit. I thought they defended really well tonight on our attacking group. But also we're missing some guys too, so we lacked that maybe a little bit of quality in certain spots that might have been there if things were different. But in the end, congratulations to Houston. They're a good team.
Coach, 2 weeks ago, I think the team was probably almost exactly where you would want it to be going into the postseason, and then a series of bad breaks, a bad field, and you're out of the playoffs. Does that make this disappointment a little bit more acute, knowing how close you were to having the team exactly where you wanted to be, and then some things you couldn't control end up sending you home early?
Yeah, I think when you look at this team, and this is very encouraging moving forward, we have the pieces to again next year put together an extremely positive season, and make steps even further to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. So that's a real positive. That the negative is we just weren't able to do it this year, and we had the makings of being able to do that. Like you said, there was a stage, I think after we qualified for the playoffs against DC, where we thought we were going to get Adi back, and we were looking to be basically full strength. And I thought to myself, listen, this team can win it. And then the first leg we just lose a bunch of guys, and today we lose another, and then we hear Adi's not going to be back, and then Saba burns his foot, and Guzman else. In the Vancouver game gets an LCL, and next thing you know, you're 4 or 5 players different. So yeah, that definitely derailed us. But moving forward, we don't need to make a lot of changes. I think we can still get better in a few spots. We won't hesitate to continue to add pieces. No doubt we'll add some pieces to get even better. But we've rebuilt our depth, we've rebuilt our core, we've added some quality in some spots, and moving forward, we're going to come back better than ever.
We got time for one more.
We haven't had an opportunity to see you since it happened, but can you just talk about Roy Miller's injury and the team's reaction to it?
Yeah, I forgot about that too, to mention. Yeah, we were working on set pieces, the last set piece of training, and he jumped up and headed the ball and then landed and popped his Achilles tendon. So You know, how do these things happen? I don't know, but I don't know. I've been doing this a while now, and things. You know, when you have a luck like we had this year at times, and still rally and get through it, and still do positive things, you know, it'll go in circles. We'll get our luck. You know, maybe next year, and maybe we'll. You know, a lot of my toughest years is followed by, and what I mean by toughest years where we had good teams where we're close, and then the next year we get it done. You know, so I think this has the makings of a team that's going to come back stronger than ever and be very hungry. And like I said, it's not like last year we have to make a lot of changes. But you know, some of these fluke things, Chara's broken foot, Roy Miller's Achilles. Some of those ones are tough.
Thanks, everyone.